Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Flowing and Growing with Sister Nzinga. This is our YouTube channel where we emphasize think. It ain't illegal yet. And we have created an acronym called for the word think, THINK, which means taking hold of and implementing new knowledge. Because, a lot of us, we have information, we've read this book, we've been to this lecture, we've attended these classes, but we haven't implemented. So the most important thing for you to do is to implement it. And you have to think about this information. So we say, think, it ain't illegal yet. Because what our purpose here is to do, and what we are really very passionate about, is emancipating yourself from mental slavery. So as promised, I have a guest here today. It's my first time having a guest. I'm excited about this. And so today we have Sister Kenyatta Mayaka. Welcome, Kenyatta, to our program.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for being here. A little background about my friend Kenyatta. We met on a site where we were both looking about traveling the world and doing things a little differently. We have emancipated ourselves. We're still in process, so we say no one is perfect or anything. We are still emancipating ourselves from mental slavery, but we're at a point now where we're free and we live our lives free. We travel the world. We live life a little differently. We're not afraid to leave America and to take on those freedoms, that we have. And so we had a conversation and we were just sharing, and I was sharing with her about this idea of me doing this YouTube channel. And I just want to thank her again here publicly and to the world that thank you for giving me the extra push to go forth and start this YouTube channel. So all month we've been talking about the money, honey. We've been talking about the money and how important it is for us to be able to take our money and use our money for our benefit. Because most of the times you get your paycheck and when the time you get home, you got to pay this, and we're not using our own money for our own resources, for our own ideas, for our own creativity, and for our own upliftment. And so Kenyatta has a program that she wants to talk to you about that will help you get some of that financial freedom. Okay, Kenyatta, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Okay, sure. I am a social worker. I've been a social worker over 20 years. I've worked with all types of people. I've helped people with finances, how to budget, how to obtain their dream life. Because so many people talk about it and they always say, oh, I want to win the lottery. And the lottery, it's a 1 in a million chance that you're going to win the lottery. So why not just create your own budget, your own strategy to be able to get to where you desire to be? So one of the first things we have to dive to is our old programming. So my course is trying to teach you how to deprogram your mind so that you can get rid of those old negative thoughts, old negative habits that's been passed down to you from generation to generation. My mama did this, my auntie did this, my cousin did this. We all stayed in the hood. There's nothing wrong with hood life. No, you're right. It's nothing wrong with hood life if that's all that you desire for your life. But if you want to live an authentic life, not the American dream, because that's a lie, but if you want to live your authentic life, right, then you have to make a strategy. So you have to get help. None of us knows what we're doing, okay? My stuff came from trial and error, okay? My mom was a single mom raising 3 kids on her own. She had no idea what credit was, what budgeting was. She did the best that she could. But at 19, I found myself with like $20,000 in debt. And I'm like, $20,000, that's like $1 million, right? Yes. And so I had started educating myself and researching and reaching out to people to educate me, because there was nobody in my community saying, okay, Kenyatta, this is how you use credit. This is how you get loans. This is, this is your strategy. Nobody told me that. So it took me all these years to figure out what, how to budget, how to manage my money, because I plan on retiring extremely early. Earlier than most. I have 3.5 years to my retirement, to my full retirement, and I'm fairly young. And my kids are grown, and I get to live life the way I want. I'm a traveling social worker. I travel every 3 months to a new location. They pay me very well, and I get to experience new things. How many people out here in the world want to be able to do that? You don't have to be a traveler like me, even though I can tell you how to do it. Whatever profession you is, there is money out there for traveling. Okay. And a ton of money, by the way, a ton of money. And 75% of that money is tax-free. So I'm over here with 75% tax-free money. Okay. Living my best life. And so if you want to do that, like if you want to create your dream, if your dream is just home ownership or being able to take 2 vacations a year or whatever that is, that dream can be realized. You just need a life coach. That's what I do, to be able to help you get to the place that you want to be at.
Let me step in here a minute, because what some of the things you were saying is that because some of these things have not been passed down. I remember when I was in school, we were taught certain things that will prepare us for life skills. In addition to just how to do financial stuff, we were also given a skill. We used to teach. There was home ec, there was wood shops, there was automobile repair. All these things were things that will prepare us for our adulthood. And so in the school system right now, because if it's not passed down through your family, you definitely do. When you leave high school, you don't know how to balance a checkbook. You don't know how to go and apply for a loan. Well, they'll give you a loan to they know how to apply a loan to get that,
to get you in debt.
To get you in debt to get into school. But you don't know how to balance your money, and how to say, okay, I'm gonna save this. Definitely to create savings, to prepare yourself for funeral arrangements, to prepare yourself for education if you have children, early in age. So these things are not taught to you. And so once we get out in the world, we get out there and we make mistakes and we blunder. And then we, like you said, we get in this deep debt, because it's easy to get in debt, because they tell you, oh, apply for this, apply for that. Some people like furniture, that's really puts you.
Oh my God, that's the that's the worst.
Yes.
The furniture people, what's Aaron's Rental and all these people, and I'm not hating on them because they are business, so I'm not hating on them. But you have to be educated. That stuff, you don't need that couch that costs $5,000.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Okay, she's stuck for a little bit. So we were just talking about how these certain things that we get into, the system allows us to get into these things, and we get stuck, and we like she's stuck right here. Excuse me. And we just build up this debt, and next thing you know, by the time you get 20 or 30 years old, you have a family and you want to start doing things, and you can't do it because you owe.
Okay. All right. We froze, and then I don't know what was happening. I couldn't hear you. You were frozen.
Okay. Yeah. So we were talking about the different things that you could do. You can get caught up in debt. So by the time you go out here not knowing what you're doing, you didn't apply for this, you tried these things in the world, bought furniture and so forth. And excuse me. And by the time you get older and ready to have a family, you didn't realize how all this debt that you have accumulated, and then you're stuck. And another thing that I think is something of when these come to these cell phone companies, they'll tell you, oh yeah, pay this such amount of money and you can get a free cell phone as you go. But you don't realize that you don't even finish paying for that one phone. And they got to you take the phone back, a whole full phone back that you paid thousands of dollars for, almost $1,000 for, and they're giving you a new phone easy. But then you still got to start all over again with paying for that phone. So we don't really think of it. Remember, think it ain't illegal yet. We don't think about these type of these type of things. And we just want these things, and we get caught up. So, okay, you can go ahead. I would just want to talk about that, because we have to be able to do these things for ourselves, because the school systems is not preparing us for this, and sometimes our parents have not been prepared, and so they can't share with us either. So it's people like you that would be helpful to the people, and to be able to bring them out of this situation and let them be able to, at a certain age, to be able to free themselves from all this financial debt and start thinking differently, because it's not legal yet, and then they can prepare themselves for a gone life. So, okay, continue to talk about your program, Kenyatta. Thank you.
Well, I just wanted to say that wealthy people are wealthy because they have strategy. Wealthy people are wealthy because when their kids are born, they already have a level up on everybody else, because there's certain things that you can put in place to level up your children at birth. Birth, literally at birth. It's accounts that you can open for them at birth. It's insurance policies that you can get for them at birth, that at age 18, they will be able to have 30,000 or 300 and some thousand, depending on how much you put in the bank. So when they turn 18, they already have enough to pay cash for a house, to pay for their college. And nobody talks about this stuff. And the only reason I know is because I research, and I'm a nerd, and I'm a proud nerd. I love to learn, because if I learn, then I can share with my people, right? And I can make us prosper. So that's what my course is all about. I have a multitude of information about anything you can think of, from getting glasses to paying electric bills to budgeting to how to go on trips for a minimal amount of money. I have all this knowledge that I just want to impart into people and help them grow. Like, I want to see us win. I'm so tired of us losing. And I want to see us win. And we are our own worst enemies. You've got to decide that you want to change your life. I decided that I wanted to change my life. You know, last year I gave away everything. I gave away everything in my house, my clothes, my shoes. I kept 3 luggages and I went to Costa Rica to live. I gave back my car.
Some people are really afraid to do that. That's what I said. You have to.
You just gotta leap.
You have to let stuff go.
You have to leap, and you have to trust that God has a plan. Everybody thought I was crazy. They were like, "Oh my God, you giving up your apartment? You giving back your car? You giving back?" Yes, because I want a different kind of life. I want the life that I can get up in the morning and go to work if I want to, and if I don't want to go to work, I don't have to go to work. If I want to go on a trip, I can get up and go on the trip. I want that kind of life. So many people don't believe that they deserve it. First of all. Okay, they don't believe they deserve it because everybody around them, they mama them. Okay, they mama them, they 80 thems, and they friend thems. Okay, all live this regular, boring paycheck to paycheck life. When you can take your paycheck and if you do a strategy alongside that paycheck, you can obtain anything that you desire. You want a car? Fine, I'll get you a car, but guess what? We pay cash. We pay cash because we're not paying an extra $4,000 or $5,000 on the car. We're paying over the course of 3 years or 5 years. We're not going to do that. We're not giving our money away. Okay.
But see, you know, I love what you're talking about here, and I'm glad that you bring this forth because see, when I used to be, people used to think, "Oh, you're so cheap, you're so cheap." No, but I was making decisions about what I wanted to do with my money. You know, I didn't want to just spend my money on this or spend my money on that. I made decisions about what I want to do with my money. And people say, "Oh, you're so cheap," or "You don't want to pay for this, you want to pay for that." Well, I pay for things that I wanted and pay for things that I needed. But I didn't just splurge, just buy stuff just because everybody else was buying it and so forth. So yes, I'm with you with everything that you're saying because we do have that financial freedom because we don't know that we have the freedom to make choices. We just kind of go along, and we're the biggest consumers, but we don't think. We're not thinking consumers. We just kind of say, if they say this is it, then we go, oh, okay, this is it because they think they're going to be it because they wouldn't bought this thing or they have this thing or this kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you have to take a shorter measures. If you're a mother, you know, raising your children and so forth, you just need a car for transportation. You do not have to have the latest and the greatest car. Nope. What you need to do is buy things that function. Okay, to get to do the things that you needed to do so you can be able to have the things that you want. You know, I used to always say, do what you got to do so you can be able to do what you want to do. Okay? All right, I'm gonna turn back over to you. I gotta jump in.
No. I love what you're saying because that's so true. Like my biggest thing, one of my clients right now, she is like, "Oh, I deserve this car. It's $30,000, and we're gonna get on I deserve in just a second." But she's like, "I deserve this car, and it's $30,000, and I'm gonna go get it." Why would you go get a note that's going to cost you $50,000 by the time you get through? Yes. When you have enough money, she makes enough money where she can go pay cash for this car. And when I sit down and explain to her, and we did her budget, we did the lifestyle that she wants, she was like, "Oh my God, I didn't even know if this is how much money I was making." You know, I hear people tell me all the time, "Kenyatta, I don't have no money in my budget. Kenyatta, I don't have no money in the budget." Okay, but when I do your budget, all of a sudden I find money. Yes. I find money. I find a way for you to get to where you want to be.
That's right.
Like anything is possible. It comes down to education and strategy.
Yes. Okay.
So you have to put people in your corner who is going to educate you and support you on this journey. I'm that person for you. Whoever you are, that's, you know, whoever is supposed to be with me, this is what I truly believe. Whoever is supposed to be my clients or in my life, God is going to send those people to me. I absolutely believe that. And if you're not ready, okay, when you get ready, you know where I am. But get ready. Stop being stagnant. People say, "Oh, if you don't move, you stagnant." Actually, that's not true. If you don't move forward, you actually going backwards. It's not that you stagnant. People keep saying that. You're not stagnant.
Life goes on, you know. So
life goes on. So
that's how you end up being backwards. Because everybody's moving forward, you standing still. You backwards.
You backwards. So you're not growing. You're not growing as a person. But the first thing you have to do is know that you got to change that mindset. Everybody, people used to get on my nerves. I'm telling you the truth. When I started this journey, and they say, "Oh, Kenyatta, that's your mindset." I'd be like, "Oh my God, I want to get out of there, blah, blah, blah." That's not it. The thing is, it is your mindset. You have to decide. Yes, I deserve better. Regardless of anything that I've done in my life, regardless of the product that I came from, single parent, married couple, crazy, alcoholic, drug addict, it doesn't matter what your past is.
That's right.
It doesn't matter.
Circumstances does not determine your future. That's not
Exactly.
determine
You
your destiny.
determine
You
your
determine your
future.
destiny because you're free. We don't know that we're free. We won't take on. We
Yes.
are free to make. It's them choices that we have. You don't have to continue to do what other people do because like in my
No.
family, high blood pressure runs in my family, and they say, "Oh, Zing, well, you're gonna get it too." No, I'm not because I'm doing things a little bit different. I'm making different choices. So anyway,
making different choices.
yes,
That's and it comes down to you, right? It comes down to making different choices. And I'm gonna be real, okay? Because this is a real channel. When you start making those choices, people are going to become real uncomfortable around you. You may not hear from family members, you may not hear from friends, or you may hear this: "Oh, you think you all that? You above us? Oh, you acting white? Or you acting bougie? Or you?" They gonna put all these names on you, but they can't name you. It's only two people in the world that can name you. That's God and yourself. That's it. Nobody else can put a title on you.
That's right.
So your title should be prosperity because that's what God wants us to be, is prosperous.
Exactly.
Your title should be, "I can do all things through Jesus Christ who strengthens me." That should be your title. You're going to have to come up with some kind of, in my program, we do a fight song, we do scriptures. And if you're not a spiritual person, then we do poems or sayings or whatever, something that's going to hold you accountable. To give you that extra push when you feeling down, when people are not supporting your journey. When they say, "Oh, girl, you ain't getting your hair done today," you be like, "No, that's $300 that I'm gonna save because I'm going to do this."
Yes.
Or you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be those little changes that's gonna start happening in your life, and people are not gonna understand you. And guess what? That's okay. You don't need people to understand you, point blank. If you don't get nothing else, you don't need anybody to understand you. You just need to do life the way you choose to do life.
Because we do not need people we do not need anyone to validate us.
No.
People think
I don't need any validation.
Somebody to validate me. And no, what you need to do is be still, be still, and know the God is, and then you just allow yourself to be your authentic self.
Yes, authenticity.
So Kenyatta, if somebody wants to get onto your program, I'm gonna put your link down the bottom. But if you can just talk about how to get hold of you, like how long is your process? Does it vary depending on the circumstances and the things that you offer?
I'm gonna have a lot of different things coming up. In about 3 weeks, I'm gonna do a Super Saturday, and on the Super Saturday, I'm gonna be breaking down my whole program. Okay. And it's going to be $33.39. I said it backwards. It's going to be $33.39 one-time fee. Just because I want people to get introduced to the program. Yes. And you got to come. You got to be prepared. You can give me a call. My number is 903-74. I forgot my own number. 903-746-5073. Okay. You can reach me at BMW3dreams@gmail.com. BMW3, the number 3 at gmail.com.
Okay,
and you can just send me a blurb. Okay, and I'll give you all that. Yes. And you can send me a blurb and just let me know what you need, and then we can set up a consultation time. From there, I'll send you an email. You'll set up your consultation time, pay your fee, and get ready to get started. So I'm going to be doing the Super Saturday. I'm going to be doing a course. I have a monthly group that we meet twice a month. Okay. And that'll be starting in April also. So right now you have a good chance to start, because I'm starting a whole new, because January, February, March is over, the first quarter. We start on a new quarter. So you have a good chance of coming in.
Very good.
And I want you to come in with the mindset that my life can change today.
Yes.
That I can change my life. The budget is not going to change your life, but the strategy that goes along with the budget will change your life. Because a budget is a budget, okay? It's just numbers and bills. But the strategy that I'm offering, and it's individualized, by the way. It's not one size fit all, because we all different. We all have different dreams, right? Some people want to be homeowners. Some people want a new car. Some people want to be able to travel. Like whatever it is, some people want to retire early. I believe you need to be able to retire early. That's just my thing. I don't care who you are. Yes. And you can get there. And it just takes dedication, hard work, and the ability to be educated. Like you have to be able to learn. You have to say yes to learning so that you can be.
Yes, and yes to change, you know, so because the
Yes,
strategy is when
change.
you making different resources, you doing something different. Because if you want something different, you have to do something different. So
Right.
that's going to be all part of it. Well, Kenyatta, I thank you so much for kind of reinforcing some of the things that I'm talking about. And see, this is what we must do. We must support each other in the things
Absolutely.
that we're doing. So I'm happy that you are my first guest, because you know you have a special part in my heart, because we have been communicating and definitely uplifting each other. So I really appreciate you doing this for me. So don't forget, guys, this is my special interview that I did. Usually I only do a show on Tuesdays, but I did a special one on Thursday because we had some little things going on. And maybe I might start doing this, bringing somebody in on Thursday. So this maybe to start something new. But thank you so much.
That's awesome.
And don't forget that I'm offering a $25 scholarship sponsored by Sister Kenyatta. That if you have been listening to things, if you've implemented, have you taken hold of and implementing some of this information that I've been giving you, if you would just make comments in some of any of the videos, I'm going to go look through. And if you would show me something, I'm going to pick the one who me and Kenyatta think is the best person who has taken hold of and implemented some of this new knowledge, and you'll be gifted a $25 gift card. So thank you so much today for tuning into Flowing and Growing with Sister Nzinga. And thank you, Sister Kenyatta Mayaka, for being my guest. And so, guys, don't forget, she's offering a special program. So when does this offer expire, Kenyatta?
It's going to expire in 3 weeks.
In 3
so
weeks.
You have
3
weeks.
So you got
right?
time. Okay, I'm going to post this video on my on YouTube. I'm also going to post it on my Facebook page, and I will just reiterate, tell them to make sure they listen to this particular one, because there's some specials going on, special from you, and then a gift card special from me. So that's going to be so good. So thank you so much for this time this morning, and you continue to enjoy your day. And thank you so much, sister, for being here with us and sharing on Think It Ain't Illegal Yet. So please, like that video, guys, share and subscribe, and definitely make comments, because in the comments is where I'm going to be picking someone and giving them a $25 gift card. So thank you again for joining us, and thank you, sister, and God loves you, and so do I.
All right. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day.
Yes, you too.